At last we will reveal ourselves to the Jedi. At last we will have revenge.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Hey everyone, welcome to this updated video that will cover an interesting topic on the ability of Darth Maul. We all know how powerful and aggressive his fighting style was, but what about his force powers? We see Kylo Ren is quite the opposite, with little dueling ability but very strong with the force, able to stop rifle blasts which we've not seen before, all by Darth Vader with his gloves. Maul was a very powerful being, and I say this because he did not identify himself as a Sith Lord, rather as an assassin to the Jedi. We see him more as a vigilante to bring down all forces of nature after the Clone Wars, the Jedi and the Sith alike. His acrobatics, martial arts background, and unique double-bladed lightsaber are all things that we know, but I question, being the apprentice to the most powerful Sith Lord, did he learn to use the iconic Force Lightning from his former master, Darth Sidious? If so, why have we not seen him use it before? I'll first note that Darth Plagueis in the expanded universe has said,
"The only way to learn to use Force Lightning is to have been hit by it at least once, and thus, through its pain, you will learn its power."
We know Maul has been hit by Force Lightning countless times, through battles with other Force users as well as through his master's teachings and torture techniques during Maul's childhood training. The fact is, he has been using Force Lightning in some of the video games, which are unreliable and never canon, but nevertheless, he's been seen in some ways as using the ability. I'll also note that he has all the capabilities of using Force Lightning as he kept both of his arms, allowing him to be a perfect bridge for the Force to travel through his body and out through his fingertips to his enemy's demise. We also know that his powers were far greater than the accomplished and deadly Night Sister Miguela, who was capable of summoning Force Lightning at her will. So what was the reason Darth Maul did not use Force Lightning? It's simply because he was very barbaric. He prefers to be up close and personal with his opponent, challenging them with his abilities as a duelist, his elite rage, and incomparable athletic dominance against his challenger. He is the Star Wars equivalent of an old-age samurai, but he does not believe in blaster weapons, guns of any sort, poison darts like bounty hunters, or killing the enemy any other way than watching the life drain from their eyes as he gets up close and personal, severing their limbs with his crimson ruby red lightsaber. He literally found this to feed his soul and ultimately strengthen him through the dark side even more. Whereas Vader was more of a get the job done kind of tyrant, Maul was sadistic and actually enjoyed impaling, stabbing, and decapitating his enemies through his combat skill. He finds it only as the act of a coward to stand from far away and blast someone with lightning, rendering them immobile and paralyzed. So, with all his Force abilities, anger, and power, why do we never see this at play? This is because we must take note to understand that not all things unseen are inexistent. With all of his techniques and speed, he harnesses the Force for other abilities, ones that aren't seen to the naked eye necessarily. He focuses the dark side to direct his will into being super fast, super strong, and evidently being able to see the moves of his enemy just before they happen, almost like a premonition. So in tune with the Force, he could feel the energy changes as they happened around him. Maul also, lest we forget, was trained to be an assassin, a ninja of the galaxy, hence his formation of the clan, the Dark Shadow. He preferred to be more versed with stealthy attacks, ones that didn't make as much noise, caught as much light, or drew as much attention, which are all things that Force Lightning pollute. It doesn't mean that he never learned how to use the attack, it just means he didn't study enough past the point of learning the basics. While I do believe Maul was extremely powerful, able to harness his rage, making himself more powerful and pain-resistant with each attack, I don't think he was the most powerful Sith, as evidently he is still in the shadows for what we know. I do think, however, that given a sliver of a different outcome with the fight in Episode 1 against Kenobi, or if he wasn't ganged up on by the galaxy's most powerful Jedi and apprentice for that time, then I do without a doubt believe he would have risen to eventually overthrow the Emperor, as he was definitely one of the most cunning and witty Sith to ever live. So, do you think Maul could use Force Lightning, or was that just something we saw in the video game? Or perhaps Palpatine withheld that specific knowledge from him because he was afraid of Maul's potential, one day overthrowing him, becoming the new master. Do you think Maul was more powerful than Dooku? You can check out this video that will pop up in the last 20 seconds of this video that covers that exact topic. Thank you so much for watching this episode, everyone. I hope you all have a great day or night wherever you are watching this in the galaxy. And as always, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
The Force will be with you. Always.
Now, fulfill your destiny.